What's up, guys? Tomo VTuber here, tomato girl that likes to sing, scream, and never shuts up.
Shut up! Shut up!
And we are here today with another tier list, but one that's a little bit spooky, scary, silly, goofy. We're going to be ranking all of my VTuber friends and who I would trust in a horror movie. So we've got a couple of different tiers. We've got S tier for we're so back. This means that if we were trapped in a haunted house, we're living, we're getting out of there, we're going to be going to a cute cafe the next day and going on a little picnic date. And F tier is for it's so over. We are not making it past the first room in this haunted house. So first we've got Moni Bagel, and she's really cute. And honestly, I think she's got a very level-headed mind. And from the times that we've hung out and spoken, I feel like she's got her life together. She's pretty intelligent. She understands how to solve puzzles and any hardships in her life. But we were playing Minecraft together, and she was talking about how she developed a plan to overthrow the ruling society in that Minecraft world, and then talked about creating human sacrifices and human experimentation. So that scares me a little bit and makes me think that she would be really sweet to me and eventually sacrifice me at the very end. Then we've got Lloyd, who's a mad scientist.
Back to the lab again.
And I think just based off of that description alone, it's not looking too good for me. I'm going to be experimented on. I'm going to get thrown under the bus. Lloyd is probably going to side with the villain in this situation, and I'm actually going to die. We've got Cotton. She's very funny. She is very sweet, but she also does not do well in horror or scary situations. So it makes me a little nervous. I don't think I'd ever try to sacrifice Cotton, but I also don't think that she would sacrifice me. If anything, I think it would be a very funny experience trying to see us lose our minds. So we'd probably end up in A tier. We've got Aruna here, and she's really cute. She's very sweet. She has always been super nice and very inclusive, and she always tries to make sure that everyone's having a good time. I think because of that, she would remain very level-headed, and we'd escape. We would 100% escape out of the haunted house. So we've got our first S tier.
Congratulations!
Next, we've got Junie, who's an absolute disaster. We're going to die. It's over. Rest in peace, Junie. We've got Kazumi. She's very chill, very cute. She is one of those types that are pretty screamy. And so I think the moment that we're teleported into a haunted house together, she would start screaming and we would immediately be located by the villain.
What the heck?
We would not make it out alive. All right, we've got Sugi. Sugi's cute little woodland dragon creature. Very cute, very adorable. I don't think I'd ever sacrifice her. I don't think she would sacrifice me either. But would we make it out alive? Maybe it would just be one of those like comedy thriller movies, but we don't end up living. We're like the side characters in this movie. We're not going to get out alive. All right, we've got Cerber. Cerber's so cute. She's so adorable. Cute little doggo. She's like the kind of type where you look at her and you would think that she's the first person to die in the movie. But surprisingly, she actually knows the answers to every single puzzle. She knows how to escape every single place. She stays calm in moments of distress. And if anything, she's like the pillar in my life that I need during this situation. Plus, she's also pretty cute, so I think any monster that looks at her would probably hesitate for at least a split second. We'd make it out alive. Now we've got Haka. This bro screams so much. There's no sneaking around or just hiding in different areas of the house if I'm with this guy. We're going to get caught instantly. It's fucking over. We're going to die. We've got Vienna. Vienna gives me calm vibes. And if we were thrown into a dangerous situation, her first thought would not be to scream and lose her mind, but she would probably have a strategy and have a couple of different options that we could try out in order to escape the haunted house. So we would definitely make it out. Now we've got Buff. She is so responsible. We're making it out. When I'm with Buff, she makes me feel like everything's going to be okay. And she's strong as fuck, so she'd be able to take on the monsters. Now we've got Ellie. Cute girl. Cute girl. Although she may not have the same physical abilities and the same physical attack as Buff, I think like she'd be able to outsmart all of the monsters. She'd figure out all of the puzzles, and plus she could probably code a robot to just fly us out of the house. Loaf, this motherfucker would sacrifice me. No, I don't think they'd sacrifice me, but I would sacrifice them just because I think it'd be funny. I'm not gonna lie, I think it'd be funny. I think Loaf would joke around about sacrificing me too many times, and he'd be like, oh my god, wouldn't it be so funny if I just let the monster in right now? Wouldn't it be so funny? And in order to save myself and have a decent amount of sanity by the end of this adventure, I 100% would have to sacrifice him instead. Joel, S tier. This guy is literally straight out of a horror movie. He's like a porcelain doll come to life. If anything, we might be in his backyard. This might be his vacation home. And he's like, oh, you want to leave? There's the back door. Or you can go out through the front lawn. I think that's possible. So he's gonna have to be an S tier. Age on DC. I'm sacrificing him. Ellie here. Ellie's very cute. She's very capable. We would have a really fun time fighting the monsters together. We would have a fun time looking through for clues. Would we make it out alive? I'm not so sure. Shoto.
Hell no.
We're not making it out. He's basically like a disaster boy. And I'm a disaster woman. And I feel like if you put the two of us together, we're not even walking out of that first room. And we would end up starving ourselves to death. We've got Vettel. I think Vettel would be an S tier. I feel like all jokes aside, Vettel would joke about it. And he'd be like, oh man, can't believe that we're stuck in a haunted house. I think we're gonna fucking die. And while he says that, he's actually calling up Secret Services and 17 fucking bodyguards to help out, and we're just gonna get dragged out into safety. Like, I don't even have to worry about anything. We've got Endra here. Endra is very, very cute, very sweet, very responsible, and I feel like Endra is the kind of person that responds well in stressful situations. So I would not have any qualms or any doubt in my mind that Endra would be a wonderful person to spend time together with during a haunted house horror movie scenario. We've got Junie. Cute squirrel, cute squirrel, cute squirrel. She's kind of a girl failure a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And every once in a while I see her and we have this like shared experience of just looking at each other and going like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we give each other this like strange head empty nod of approval every time we see each other, and we're just like, yeah. It makes me think that we're not going to make it out alive. Suko VTuber, my bestie. I love her, but she's an absolute girl failure, girl disaster. And if I am a disaster woman, we're not making it out. Tricky. She's so cute. She is so freaking adorable. She plays a lot of horror stuff and she's really into horror stuff. So I don't think we die immediately. But I think we would probably get lost or do something a little bit too silly. We would get a little too silly, so I think we'd have like a really funny story to tell. Even if we died together, it would at least be funny. Ari, it's over. It's freaking over. Ari's really put together, but every once in a while, her sleep schedule scares me. And just based off of that, I think she might fall asleep halfway through our adventure.
Oh shit! Sorry you guys, I'm narcoleptic.
We're not making it out alive. All right, we've got Lucy. If me and Lucy had to choose one person to die, Lucy would look at me and ask me, hey Toma, I know our friendship link, our score isn't that high. So is it okay if I choose you to die instead? And I wouldn't be able to argue against it. I'd probably just agree and say, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'll step into the chamber now. We've got Shaya. Shaya's very sweet to me and also very responsible. But I also feel like Shaya's got that himbo head empty vibe to him every once in a while. So we'd have at least a fun experience together. Now we've got Romy. She's going to be in C tier. Romy's a cute dog VTuber and she's going to be in C tier, not because I necessarily think that she would sacrifice me, but because I would sacrifice myself for her. We've got Kami. Kami is in B tier. Not because I want to sacrifice him. It's because Kami's too nice. I would feel really bad and I would tell him like, hey Kami, I think only one of us is allowed to leave this room. And if both of us try to leave this room, we're both going to die. So I'm gonna sacrifice myself. Yuzu! I miss her.
I miss my wife, Tails.
I feel like whenever anything has an opportunity to go wrong for Yuzu, it does end up going wrong. As much as I'd hate to say it, I feel like it happens very often. We're kindred spirits in the sense that we are both disaster women. So we'd both just continually scream and I think it would be over for us. I think we would die. Now we've got Minnie, instantaneous death. Tab, instantaneous death. Giwi. Giwi's super responsible. So I think she would try really hard to get out of a dangerous situation with me. But I also feel like Giwi's got that carefree personality where if we tried solving a bunch of puzzles and we solved like 8 out of 10 puzzles to get outside, but we were stuck at the last puzzle for 16 hours, she would probably look at me and just go, well, Toma, I think this is the end of the line. Oh well. And that's why we would just end up shriveling and dying at the very end, right in front of the door. It's Giwi. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's also really responsible, at least in my eyes. Maybe that's not the impression that people have of her. I think she would lose her mind and lose her shit, but I think she would definitely like power through it. And she'd be like, no, Toma, we have to get out of here. I have a really, really good set of pork ribs and they're currently baking and I have to make sure we get out of this house on time because they're going to burn. So I think she'd be responsible enough to have a motivation to get out. It would be funny. Would we make it out alive? I'm not sure, but at least we can try very hard. Candy. Candy's another very responsible type, I think. But similarly to Giwi, I feel like she's the kind of person where if we're stuck at a certain area, we've been stuck in a haunted house for 16 days and we can't get out, she would probably be like, you know what? I think I've had enough. Cinder VTuber. Here's the scenario. We're running down a hallway. The monster is chasing us. Cinder turns around and goes, no! The monster makes eye contact, falls in love. We get out alive. He opens the door for her and invites her for a lovely candlelit dinner the next weekend. We've got Hami. I'm pretty sure she'd 100% sacrifice me. I think there was one time where she was hanging out with Numi and they were both drunk and they called me and I was like, hey, what's up? How are you guys doing? And Hami just casually goes, Toma, come here right now. I'm gonna beat you up. And I was like, I didn't do anything. Fuck me, I guess. All right, we've got Vanta Crow-Bringer from Niji Sanji Ian's 8th Wave Crisis, My Tyrants. I don't think Vanta would ever sacrifice me because I've asked him before, if we were in a dangerous situation with a bear, what would you do? He argued with me for an hour about how he wouldn't let me die first. Brains aside, I think he's strong enough to beat them up, so I think it would be fine. Bao. It's so fucking over. We're not making it out. Bao is pretty smart, but I'm pretty sure we would both freak out so badly, we would just die. And if she sees like a sexy monster, we would die even faster. Numi VTuber. A tier. I think that Numi is very responsible and that she's capable of escaping from this haunted house on her own. But the moment that I get brought into the picture, she 100% would fuck with me. Just based off of how she treated me when we went to a Universal Studios for haunted like Halloween Horror Nights, she just kept grabbing me and pushing me towards the fucking monsters. She's actually fucking sick. And yeah, that's all my friends that I would trust in a horror movie. Yippee! If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check that notification bell. I'll see you next time. Toma out!